So your opponent is greedy, doesn't know joseki, and you want to destroy him, use this joseki. Okay, so to begin, we have to play on a Komuku over here. Alright, so hope that your opponent plays on a low approach. Alright, if he play a high approach, then the trick move doesn't work. Alright, so he has to play on a low approach. So once your opponent play on a low approach, then the black stone will play a pincer over here right now. So there are two main ways for white to play. The more popular move right now is Keima over here, and there's another way that he can play is a jump. Alright, but usually against a jump, black has nothing to be worried about because he can just play this move over here. So if white just extend, then just follow white, and black will be getting 4th line territory. So there's nothing really bad about this picture for black. Alright. So once he played this Keima over here, there are two main ways for black to respond. One is A, to cut the white stone, and B, to extend over here. Alright, but to play the trick move, we won't be playing any of the main line, but instead we'll be playing over here, the 2-space extension. Why do we do this is because we want to bait white into thinking that black make a mistake. Alright, so if you have never seen this joseki before, you will probably be thinking that what is black doing? This is something like what a double digit Q will be playing. Alright, why would someone leave a card point over here? If you have never seen this trick before, then this is a must know. Alright, because end of the day, black's win rate is going to be more than 90%. Okay, so if he tries to cut this, then black will just honey over here. Alright, he has to connect, or black will just connect his stone. So after this picture, black will attempt a cut over here. Okay, up till here, there's still ways for white to dodge the joseki. As long as he's not thinking about killing the corner of the board, he can just place move like this, g4, it also works. Alright, but if white really wants to kill the corner of the board, then he will be thinking about how can he play a b3 over here, a Keima over here, so that he can kill this. Alright, but he can't play b3 directly because there's not enough liberty for the white stone over here. So he has to play something over here. Alright, so he has to play a Sente to resolve this card. So he probably has to Atari over here if he really wants to kill the black stone. Alright, so once he gets his move, he will be playing a Keima. Okay, if opponents really thinks about killing this 4 stone over here, then bingo, you got the jackpot. Alright, so black can play a probing move over here. He has to play this. If not, he can never kill the black stone. Okay, so he has to play one move over here. Then you probe him again. Alright, he has to connect and you show him this move. Okay, once you get this picture, if black block this card is going to be a Sente. White has to respond. This is going to be a Sente, white has to respond. Atari again, this is Sente again, white has to respond. And this jump is also a Sente over here. Alright, white has 4 liberties and black has 4 liberties. Okay, so the end result is that black is going to get a perfect piece of wall on the outside while white captures the corner of the board. And this is super good for the black stone because there's no real way for white to develop his territory later on in the game, but this piece of wall you can develop it in whichever direction you want, upwards or towards the right side. Okay, and white's point at the corner of the board is very limited. If you can count it, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 because of b5 and a half points. Okay, so this trick move is going to be very devastating for the white stone. Okay, so if we check the win rate of this joseki on an engine, this is 0. Alright, so if white plays this and we play out the same joseki that I have shown you just now, where you play a 2-space extension, then if white cut this stone, then you will be playing this. Alright, if you cut your stone, this will happens. If he Atari, you extend and he play this move. Alright, up till here. So if you play a probing move over here, he will be playing this. If you play this, he has to play this. Then you cut his stone over here right now. Okay, the engine doesn't dare to block this, you can see it. If he block, then black win rate is going to shoot up all the way to 80%, or rather 90% later on in the game, because this is a must play. This is a must play. He must respond. If he don't respond, then he can never cut your stone. Alright, so he has to respond. Jump is a Sente, he has to respond to this. Alright, or his stone will be captured. Alright, so if he respond this, then you have to play this. And if opponent just play out all of the move that you have expected him to play, then this is going to be a super losing game for the white stone. Alright. Alright, so against this joseki, if you're playing as white, don't worry too much about it. Alright. So we already know that there's a weakness for white to exploit later on in the game, but our stone is not strong enough. So we want to attach over here, okay, to add an additional stone on the board. Okay, so with the additional stone, this card is going to work because if he ever respond to this move, then this card is going to be, yeah, it's going to be very different, because if black still honey, then you can just respond normally. Okay, because if he cut over here, this extend is going to work. Alright, there's an Atari over here, there's a card later on in the game. Okay, if he extend this, then our top priority right now is to settle down this 4 stone. Okay, you can just honey over here. Okay, it's absolutely okay, because if he tries to this, then just let him play on the death line, which doesn't hold any value, and you settle down like this. Okay, he has to settle down his stone, and then you just play normally. Okay, this should be a very good game for the white stone. Your win rate is around 83.9% right now. Okay, so if you try to cut your stone over here, then this is going to be okay for the white stone, because you have two very good moves over here right now. One is a honey and one is a Kema over here. So if he play this, you just play a Kema and he's dead. And the main difference between this and the previous picture is that white got a much larger territory at the corner of the board, and black outside is not that complete. Okay, so if he play this move to guard the corner right now, then this honey will bring a lot of value for the white stone. Okay, so black has to settle down and you get enough points later on in the game. Just remember to settle this group of stone down by playing this move. Alright, if he just connect this, then you pierce through over here. This will settle down the white stone, and this should be okay for white. If he guard over here, then just cut this, then this should be very good for the white stone. Alright, once the stone is settled down, it's super hard for the black stone to come back. Okay, so when you go for the cut, black can actually choose another variation where he tries to get a Ponoki over here right now. So just get the corner of the board, and if he get the Ponoki, you get Senti from the joseki. And this is settled down, and the outside stone is still not settled down yet, which is susceptible to attack later on in the game. Alright, just play normal development and this should be good for the white stone.